Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of mine. This time I'm back with Not Me, episode 12. I really don't know what to expect from this episode. We saw a small sneak peek and we all knew that Sean was gonna be petty like that, and he was gonna say, considering the fact that you killed my father, now this is your chance to redeem yourself, kill yourself, and you won me over, like a death for a death. I really can't, Sean needs to relax. I really hope that someone smacks some sense into him. Please let it be York, because, like I did say, I was living for the fact that Black beat him the hell up, considering the fact that he was in love with White. It really hurt him more, but it would have been a satisfaction if York would have gotten to beat him up, because deserved. But it's fine. I just really hope that someone tells this man that he needs to fucking relax, because apparently they didn't learn their lesson and they still let Sean dictate how the group functions, knowing that the deal he has with Tewi is personal and that's why he can't be level-headed. But let's ignore it. I'm actually afraid for White, because we know that Black will kind of force him to stay away from Sean, and we know how much this man is in love with him. I'm scared of what that could do to White, but we will see what this episode is gonna give us. I hope not only heartbreaks, because I'm very fragile. Well, anyways, if you like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe. For the full uncut reaction, you can check out my Patreon. The link is in my description box below. And without further ado, let's start. Sir, are you stupid? Do you want to remain handcuffed to him?
เฮียรู้
Woohoo!
แล้วเฮียให้มันเข้ามาได้ยังไงอ่ะมันเป็นคนนอกนะเว้ยไว้ใจได้ไงวะ
Y'all, I can't with Black. He's actually even considering his own twin brother an outsider and that he can't be trusted. What is wrong with this man's mind? Like, he actually believes that he can trust White. I mean, from one side, considering the fact that what Black and his crew is doing is against the law, I would understand if Black is like, who knows if this man is actually on my side, and who knows if he isn't gonna try to sabotage our mission because he believes that it's wrong. Maybe White always knew that he was gonna be in politics like his father, so Black kind of always had this feeling that he couldn't talk to White about it, or out of fear that White wouldn't be capable to accept what Black is doing, and out of fear that he could do something that would ruin it all, because of the fact that he was so into politics, maybe. So he was never trying to actually let his brother in on everything, and that's why he was no, you stay out of this, because you have been involved, of course, but now this ends. Your time in my group ends. I'm gonna take back my place and you're gonna leave. Maybe that wasn't just to protect White, but also to make sure that the people in the crew can be trusted. But in general, that doesn't make much sense to me, because Black seems to have a really big hate relationship, as in he doesn't really seem to appreciate the input of his crew. He's just the leader, and he gives the orders, and everyone in the crew has to follow along. If they don't want to, that's their business, but ever since White came, they started to let White lead and then let Sean lead. Even though they did the episode where they were trying to choose a problem in society that they wanted to tackle with that crocodile game, where the one that actually hits the right tooth would be capable to decide what problem the entire crew was going to tackle in the next mission. But to me, it seems that Black still always has been the leader, so maybe even if someone else got the chance to make a plan because of the fact that they wanted to tackle a different kind of issue in society than Black back in the day, Black still would say, yeah, give me, in a certain sense, give me your ideas and I'm gonna form a plan, as in always him as, in a certain sense, the control freak, him as the leader. So this actually is making me wonder, did Black shoo White away because he didn't want him to get involved, because he doesn't want White to be in trouble, he doesn't want him to sacrifice himself? Or did he send him away because he was like, I don't know if I can trust him enough to let him in on the secrets or on the real reason why I formed this crew in the first place? Black, you be giving me different...
เฮียไม่ควรเอาน้อง
Yeah,
ผม
are you
เรื่องนี้
stupid?
เฮียให้น้องผมทำงานได้ยังไงอะ
Like, y'all, the episode hasn't even started yet and I still have so much to say. I think it's a mixture of both, considering the fact that we all know that Black is very headstrong, very confident, impulsive and reckless, impulsive, and sometimes even short-sighted in order to complete his goals. It may be possible that his strong personality has this conflict with the love that he has for White, because in general his normal response is to push people away, that they don't get into his business because he knows what he's doing is very dangerous and he doesn't want the people that he loves to get in danger, and that's why he was like saying to White that he needs to get out. But from the other side, the way he's acting, it sounds like he's trying to say that his brother can't be trusted. I think this is his way of showing his love for White without actually saying it, as in he's getting mad that they allowed him to work in the group and he's like, how can you trust him? As in, how could you even dare to let him join this crew knowing the danger we're putting ourselves in? How could you allow my little brother to come here and make part of this crew and risking his life without even thinking about the consequences, considering the fact that, I mean, he did just say that he knew from the very beginning, and I mean, I did call that out. I knew that he knew. And Black is literally calling that out as well. He's like, you knew from the very beginning that it wasn't me, and yet you allowed him to stay here. What if something would have happened to him? Considering that I did an analysis where I said that Black can't really tell how he feels as openly as White, for example. White literally tries to show in an infatuate way that he truly cares about someone, and he's even capable to say it, as in, I love you, or don't worry about me, I will be fine, I will always be here for you. Like nice words like these in a certain way of confirmation. Black isn't the type to do that. So he expresses his concerns and his worries in a certain sense through anger. He's like, how could you do this? How could you allow him to make part of such a dangerous mission? You knew what could happen. You knew the outcome. You knew that he had no idea what he was getting himself into. Why didn't you immediately call him out on his shit? Why didn't you immediately let him know that you are in the known? So this is, in a certain way, Black showing that he's truly concerned, and that knowing that White has been in the crew the entire time where Black was in the hospital in a coma, he's like, how many dangerous situations did this man go through? How many dangerous situations did this man survive? How little time was left until this man actually could have died in one of these missions. He knows that their missions are very dangerous because of the fact that they're tackling such a powerful man. So this is like him expressing his concern.
ดีกว่ามึงอีก กูไม่สนใจหรอกนะ
ที่ไม่ใช่น้องผม
He's
มึง
like
ไม่มีสิทธิ์
anyone
ไป
but
ห้าม
my
มัน
brother.
แขนเลยไหมอะไปเอาขวานมาดิ
Can you get an axe? I can't. But to be honest, like, they're already stepbrothers.
น้องของมึงทิ้งชีวิตตัวเองมาเพื่อมึงอะมันกลับไปเป็นเหมือนเดิมไม่ได้แล้ว ตอนนี้มันคงหลงทางอยู่อะมึงไปคุยกับมันดีๆนะ
Oh, I like Oompa. He's like, he must be really lost right now. He actually found an understanding for what you're trying to do.
มึงอย่ากลับไปหาพวกเพื่อนกูอีกได้ไหมอะ กูไม่อยากให้มึงเป็นอะไรไป กูเหลือมึงแค่คนเดียวที่กูนับเป็นคนในครอบครัว กูคงรัก
That's surprising. Oh my god.
กูขอร้อง
I need to add something considering the fact that I said that it's very difficult for someone like Black to express himself and actually show his concerns and his feelings. It's not like they actually can't, it's just it's very difficult for them. And to be quite honest, I can't really say why it's difficult for them. I would just have to use a few examples. Like maybe they think that they need to be strong at all times, and if they truly show that they truly care about someone, then it would be like showing how vulnerable you were capable to become. You are vulnerable for a person, and that means if something happens to that person, that means that they will also suffer. So if they don't really show that they truly care about a specific person, then that means that no one can actually, in a certain sense, know that they can use that specific person to get to you. And not everyone is like trying to flee their life in a certain sense, like you get what I mean. Like there are a lot of people that can't express themselves, and it may be because that's the most logical explanation in my eyes. There are a lot of people, considering that life sucks, like there are a lot of people that have this trauma inside of them which they unleash in frustration or rage. And when you are very young, naive, innocent, and you are always like being confronted with those people that are trying to talk down on you, sooner or later you have the feeling that you can't voice your opinion anymore. So you start to shrink down more and more in yourself, and you don't even try to talk anymore, no matter what it is, even if it's talking about your feelings. But considering the fact that someone made you feel miserable, the trauma that you develop from that, by I'm using this as an example, if your teacher or your parents keep on telling you that you need to be silent, that you have no idea what you're talking about because you're young, etc., then you develop the belief, this is also the trauma, that no matter what you say, it's just stupid. It's not really important because no one truly cares about my opinion. So why should I answer it in the first place? Sooner or later, they will realize that I care. Like, I don't necessarily need to say it because it's not like anyone would believe me if I say it. Because the people in their past made them believe that no matter what they say, it's not really important. So they're like, it's not of any use if I actually say what I truly feel. You develop this fear of speaking up. You develop the fear of actually going inward and thinking about what you truly want and what you truly feel, and then announcing it, because when we're in school, we are in that exploring phase. And when we're in school, we're trying to develop. That's why we are raising our hands, trying to talk in class, trying to make friends. We're trying to develop our own person. And developing in class by like getting projects to work on and getting worksheets, and then the teacher asking questions and you raising your hand trying to answer it, you yourself need to find a way to actually talk. You know what you want to say, you know your opinion, but you can't actually put all of your feelings in words. That's difficult. And I'm talking for someone that actually had that problem. If you guys believe that I've always been capable to talk like this, you are very much mistaken. I actually had to go through a lot of trauma. I analyzed a lot of my feelings back in the day when I was trying to get out of my psychological pain. And it took me a while in general to realize that not that I'm just developing as a person, just like my strength, but I keep on becoming stronger every single day. But why? Because of the capabilities that I am learning myself. While I was analyzing my own feelings and I was growing through that, I also became a lot stronger, a lot more independent. I became more proud of myself because I knew that the pain that was slowly starting to subside was all thanks to my efforts. I put a lot of effort in finally being capable to free myself from this darkness, from that negativity that came down on me because of my depression. And the strength that I gained by finding out what was hurting me and finding ways to heal myself made me become proud and sure of what I say. It made me become proud of answering my opinion, not caring what anyone says. It made me become proud of myself. I was capable to become my own person through that stage. And when you that's sadly what I can say about that. When you aren't strong enough, you allow people that are trying to shrink you down when you're at that age where you're trying to develop your opinion. They are capable to actually traumatize you in a certain sense. Not in that powerful way that you actually notice it, but they actually make you lose the willingness to want to say something about yourself, as in you lose the willingness to talk about your opinions. And that's when you actually lose the capability to answer your opinion, because there's always like this fear involved. You are scared of answering your opinion now. And it doesn't really show in fear, as in that you suddenly feel anxiety, but it's like you are trying to think of something to say, but then you're like, there's something always stopping you. You try to say something because you actually have something to say. Every single human being has something to say. But this past trauma of someone actually always talking down on you and actually giving you the feeling that you don't really have anything to say stops you from doing so. So in the future, you won't be capable to answer your opinion. It will be very difficult for you, because there was always someone in your past telling you that you need to be silent because no one cares about what you say. So it's difficult. So maybe that's what's going on with Black. But the most important thing that I wanted to add here, the fact that Black actually broke down like this, just shows that he is truly in the moment where he has the feeling that he will not survive. This is like him saying his piece in a certain sense. As in, no matter what happens to me after that, do not go back to my friends. I do not want you to go back into that group. It's way too dangerous. And you are the only person that I truly care about. I can't die knowing that you could be in harm's way trying to avenge me or something. Please don't. It's in these situations where two people are actually confronted with real danger that the person that actually can express themselves actually talks, because that's when they truly feel like they
เขา
have
คงเห็นว่าทางเดียวที่จะรักษาชีวิตของผมและเพื่อนๆของเขาเอาไว้ได้คือการที่ผมต้องทิ้งทุกอย่างไปรวมถึงความรักที่ผมมีต่อชอนด้วย
ว่ามึงอยากให้กูอยู่ห่างๆมึงจริงๆกูรู้ว่ามึงพูดไม่ได้หรอกไหวเหรอ
I'm dying for these
ตั้งใจ
two.
จะหลอกมึงไม่ค่อยถึงแก่ตัวเลย
He didn't know he was gonna fall for your ass.
แต่มึงอย่าหาย
We're
ไปแบบ
all
นี้เลย
willing to understand
อย่าไปฟังไอ้แบ
you.
บมัน
You are breaking me. The problem is that it's his brother, and he knows that his brother never did anything like this before. So it's like the love he has for Black is much more powerful.
หลังจากนี้มึงอย่ามาให้กูเห็นหน้าอีกกูจะได้ตัดใจจากมึงได้
Y'all, I didn't want to stop, but I had to stop. I actually feel so bad. I feel so bad for White in particular, because he's only doing this because he knows Black. Black never actually begged him for anything. He's not really the person to show emotion. So Black actually saying this, it's like White feeling the need to do as Black said, because of the fact he doesn't know Black like this, and because of the powerful love that unites Black and White. White feels the need to do as Black said, because he knows now, considering the fact that Black never showed his real emotions. I mean, White always could guess, considering the fact he always took the blame, etc. But he never really was capable to say out loud, like, I care about you and I don't want you to be hurt. Like, please don't do this anymore. Like, I can't lose you too, you know? Like, that's not the way that Black does things. He can't really express himself. So the fact that this time Black was capable to actually express himself in a way that he never did before is making White go along with what Black said, even if it's breaking him personally, because this is like him getting this kind of love that he always had for Black, but he never really got, in a certain sense, the confirmation out loud that Black felt the same way, because he knows he's not the person. So considering the fact that there is this powerful love between these two, having the voice of Black in the back of his head telling him not to go back there because he is so worried about him and because he doesn't want to lose him, it's like, in a certain sense, that kind of pull for White to do as Black says. But now coming to Black and Sean, the fact that Sean is like, don't come near me anymore so that I can get over you, that's completely understandable. Like, do we blame him? We can't blame Sean, because this is completely normal. Like, I'm in love with someone and they can't stay by my side, then I can't be with you. Like, I can't see you anymore. So, even if someone should come and shoot me again, don't come and save me. I don't want you around anymore, because if you're actually willing to go with what your brother said, then the love you have for me is not that powerful that you can actually go against what your brother said. So he's like, we're done. I'm actually feeling insanely bad for White, because I don't want to say that it's pressure, that White is actually denying his love for Sean, but he actually feels the need to go along with what Black said. And the fact that in this particular circumstance, he has the feeling that he can only have a win-lose situation is making the entire situation for him insanely frustrating. Because if he goes with Sean, Black will be mad, and it will be, in a certain sense, that their relationship will suffer because of that. Because it was like Black literally begging him not to do something, and White knows that Black isn't like this, so he feels the need to say, don't worry, I will do it, because this powerful love connects him that much with Black. And if he doesn't go with what Black says, Sean will leave him, which is what he did. So in a certain sense, this is a win-lose situation. There can't be a win-win situation, and that's making him feel insanely frustrated. He was capable to maintain his family love, which in my eyes, you all know, is the most powerful love in my eyes, but he lost his romantic love. And if he would have gone with his romantic love and stuck by Sean, as we can all see, as he wanted to do, that's why he's crying so hard, because technically he can't choose. He lost his romantic love and was capable to maintain his family love. If he would have gone with, in my eyes, this is an impossible situation. Like, I would just want to leave from the situation and come back when the situation has like changed. I couldn't choose between that kind of powerful romantic love and family love, because family, like I said, it's the most powerful love for me, but romantic love gives you a different kind of view to love. You're not intimate with your family. That's a different kind of love that only your lover can provide. And that intimacy that you have with your lover opens up your mind and your heart to new experiences that can fuel you with different kind of love. And they actually make you experience things like lust, desire, passion. So I wouldn't be capable to say no to either one of them. So I think this is a very tricky situation. I'm 1000% sure that White is not going to be capable to cope with the loss of Black, because we could actually see it. He literally, even though he's breaking on the inside because he wants and he needs Sean in his life because he's so in love with him, he couldn't let go of Black, because that's like the most powerful love White has ever known. It's that emotional attachment, that connection that binds Black and White together, that makes both of them just want to do everything it takes to be in each other's lives and to do what's good for the other person. White knew that going with what Black said would make Black happy, and that's what White wanted in that situation. No matter how badly he would be suffering, knowing that he lost Sean, he would have chosen. In a certain sense, I feel kind of bad for Black, because it's like everyone replaced him from everything. Black first got kicked out of his group, now from his girlfriend too. Damn.
ขอกอดหน่อยได้ปะ
เราแค่อยากกอดเธอเป็นครั้งสุดท้าย ก่อน
Stop.
ที่จะไม่ได้กอดอีก
Stop.
มึงเป็นอะไรของ
He
มึงวะ
loves her so much.
ถ้ามึง
Like, actually, I don't like this. It's the fact that Black has been kicked out from everything. And besides, they're not making out in front of him. They're just hugging. What is wrong with this man?
จะไม่ได้เจอหน้าชอนอีกต่อไป ความเจ็บปวดที่ลึกล้ำของผมในตอนนี้ เพราะเขาคงลืมความเชื่อมโยงของเราไปหมดแล้ว ผมอาจจะต้องย้ำเตือนเขาอีกครั้ง
He is like, my brother does not understand the pain he's causing me, so now I need to remind him. Oh my god, both dramatic. Sir, maybe? Sir, unconsensual!
มึงพอละ
Sir, you had no right to touch him right now. If anything, Eugene would have been the one that needed to push him off. It's this tear. Graham, you fucked up. Graham, leave. Leave the screen. What am I even watching? It's the connection.
ไอ้แบ็คมึงเป็นอะไรวะ
He will feel so afraid now because he knows that it was his brother. Black driving in his motorcycle. He's like, where is that little bitch?
มึงคิดว่าจะมีคนทำอะไรมึง
That.
นี่โดดลงไปตายเองเหรอ
To be quite honest, I have the feeling that I understand what White was trying to do. White has the feeling that Black didn't really care about what staying away from Sean would do to him personally, or staying away from his friends. Like, White actually became part of that squad. That means he doesn't only care about York, Graham, and Goompa, but he's also in love with Sean. Like, there is this emotional attachment there that he has to that group. He can't just completely ignore them. Even if they think that it's Black, he grew an emotional attachment to his friends and to the person that he's in love with. He can't just completely go away as if nothing ever happened. He grew fond of them, and as soon as you grow fond of someone, you want to have them in your life. And I did say that there was gonna be this huge struggle for White, because this is like choosing between family love and romantic love. There are 3 kinds of love: friendship love, romantic love, and family love. And the most powerful love in my eyes, I said it so many times, I don't need to say it again, do I? Every single love that you experience in your life teaches you a different aspect of love. Friendship love introduces you to you caring about someone other than your family members. Romantic love makes you experience a love that is more passionate, more powerful. It fills you with desire. It gives you ideas to be with someone to a certain degree that you never thought you would want to be. Experiencing romantic love makes you experience so many fantasies, as in dirty thoughts. You'll be in the known. Having dirty thoughts, having fantasies about the person that you like, having the desire to want to be intimate with them, and seeing parts of them or feeling them in ways that no one can. You get that desire inside of you, that lust, that passion. You don't have that kind of powerful love for your friend. So, romantic love is much more powerful because of the fact that it tackles the heart in a different kind of way. Romantic love makes you want to create intimacy with someone. Normally, especially like if you're a virgin, let's call it out how it is, you're very shy to be intimate with someone. But that's because you never really had the desire to be intimate with someone yet. You never really took the time to think about that because you never actually thought of someone in that way. So when you actually feel that way about someone, you will know it's romantic love because of that desire that they stir inside of you. Family love is also a very powerful love, and that gives you a different aspect. Family love, like for those that are fans of the originals, I will also do a reaction to that. Always and forever. They can make you cry, they can make you feel miserable, but they can also make you feel alive. They can make you feel that you are one of the most important people on this earth, just like in a certain sense your best friend does. They are capable to cheer you up and they are capable to chew you out. And there's always this very powerful love between family members that causes you not being capable to let go of them. Of course, it depends on the situation, like if you're being too much, then goodbye. But in general, family love is viewed in two specific categories. One, the family you were born into, and the second one, the family that you chose. The family that you chose is the stranger becoming a friend, becoming a best friend, and then becoming family. That's the other kind of love. I choose my family. And the fact that I choose family is because they are people that I meet on the outside. They used to be strangers. Then they became friends. Then they became best friends. And then I learned to love them and to rely on them just as much as I would with my mother. Just to put out an example. I see them as family, as a place of return for me, because I can choose which family I'm born into. I can't choose my heritage, but I can choose the people I want to be around with. And that's what family love can do. Like friendship is just, in a certain sense, a nice word for getting to know someone. If I have the feeling that we will get along, then maybe we will become something more, as in friendship or romantic love, or goodbye, as in you become a stranger again. But family love is much more powerful, and that's why White, in this particular circumstances, considering the fact that he has experienced on multiple occasions how powerful the love that unites him with his brother is, he couldn't do anything but to go with it and do what Black said. But he has the feeling that Black didn't care what staying away from Sean and his newfound friends would do to White personally. And that's why White said, I think I need to remind him that the both of us are connected. You don't seem to feel the pain I'm in by having to choose between my family love and my romantic love. So let me show you. This is how I'm feeling. I'm drowning. The fact that people actually cause themselves physical harm, I think I already said it. But I think that was in the Vampire Diaries reaction, where I actually went deeper into that. We cause ourselves physical pain when we don't know how to deal with our psychological pain anymore. We try to get that negativity inside of us out of our system, so we either cry, we scream, as in angry outbursts, or we harm ourselves. They try to cause themselves physical pain in order to distract themselves from the psychological pain. And that's what White tried to do when he tried to drown himself. It was a 1 for a 2 kind of thing. He first was capable to show his brother how he's truly feeling on the inside by using his connection with him. And on the other side, he was capable to drown out his psychological.
แล้วค่อยมาเจอกัน
I was about to say, why are you so obsessed with Todd? But I think this is more like an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
กูไม่อยากให้พี่เป็นอะไรไป
It's the connection. He's crying too. It's okay. It's okay, children. It will be okay. Technically, why don't you do an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth?
กูไม่
Do it like Sean does.
เป็นไรเอง
Put him in a hospital too.
เราสองคนต้องเชื่อมึงจริงๆว่ะ
I am saying it's the emotional attachment. And I think both of them actually needed to know that they are still connected. Because the connection has been severed, and that's what made them suffer the most in my eyes. So seeing that it's not like that anymore is, I think, for both of them right now.
มึงไปโดนพ่อคุณ ขอโทษ
If I could fall down
ไม่ควรเกิดขึ้น
to the ground and yell, I would do it. Considering the fact that he's also psychologically fragile because White left him, he's gonna make you feel so much worse.
ชดเชยความผิดใช่ปะ
There. There you have your opportunity. Shoot yourself. Oh, the pettiness. Damn, don't you even dare. Don't you even dare. But the fact is, he's carrying that guilt for such a long time, he's literally willing to do anything. No! Someone please come in and smack some sense into Dan. This is not the way to gain your amends. That's not how you make amends!
ทำอะไรวะ ไหนอะชดเชยความผิด ตายตามพ่อกูไปดิ
You little... Oh, you little... Oof. How can White love him, seeing how this man is?
แต่พี่ก็พยายามชดเชยความผิดทุก
First
ทางแล้วนะเว้ย
is so fine, oh my god.
หายเฮี้ยนี่เข้ามาอีก
I wouldn't have told you either, sir. Look at how he's making him
แล้วมึง
feel.
ไม่ยิงอะ
Sir, why don't you shoot him? If you have the feeling that it's actually the right thing to do, then you shoot him.
ถ้ามึงคิดว่าสิ่งที่มึงทำมันถูก มึงก็หยิบปืนไปยิงมันเลยดิ
That! You shoot him if you think it's actually the right thing to do. I love this. Chew him out.
รู้ว่าสิ่งที่มึงทำมันไม่ถูก ยุคบาบิโลนจะก้าวหน้ากว่าสมองมึงอีก ความยุติธรรมสำหรับมึงคืออะไรวะ
Not him saying the Babylon Empire is more developed than your brain. Damn.
มึงต้องตัดอคติส่วนตัวให้ได้ก่อนนะเว้ย
Ooh, whew. To be quite honest, I shit on Graham and I stand by that, but Graham is actually getting my applause right now because yes, literally I said so many things about this already, so there's very little I can say about this. I knew that he was gonna react like this, and I knew that Dan was gonna be willing to actually do it, so I'm actually glad that Teok and Graham were there to stop Dan. Because this is actually not the right way to do it. And I did say when they left Tawi's manufactory that this is not the right way. I would never advise someone to shoot someone. This is not how you get justice. Like, of course, I did make that comment where I was like that Black should do to Todd what Todd did to him. He put him in a coma, so Black should put Todd in a coma instead of killing him and getting himself killed, you know. I think that situation is different because Todd didn't have any good intentions when he hurt Black. Like I said, I would never advise him to actually take his life, but to actually punch him or to make him feel what he put Black through wouldn't be bad for Todd, considering the fact that they have actually been childhood friends. And he actually was the reason that he was put in the hospital. Like, I think that's something different. Here, in this particular circumstances, Dan didn't mean to. And he has been keeping that guilt inside of him for such a long time because he didn't know how to make amends. He didn't know how to make it up to anyone. He tried everything in his power to make people feel happy, to make people feel safe, in order to get a little bit of good inside of his soul, that sooner or later the guilt would be replaced with that happiness. But it wasn't like that, and I did say that the only way for Dan to could be capable to move past that guilt would be asking Sean what he wants in order for him to be happy. Okay? In order for Sean to forgive him. That's what Dan needs. He needs Sean's forgiveness. As soon as he has that, he will be capable to heal. Now, the fact that Sean actually was like, be dead like my dad? No, sir. Like, this is not how we do things. He has no right to ask Dan to kill himself because he didn't mean to kill his father. And of course, no matter if the father was a criminal or not, it was still his father, and there is love involved. So of course, we'll always, in a certain sense, look at Dan with resentment. But like I said, I would never give the advice to do, in that particular circumstance, eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Killing Dan will not bring Sean's father back, and there will be no satisfaction in that. The fact that Graham actually stood there and he was like, okay, if you actually think that killing him will solve this problem that you have on the inside, then pick up the gun and shoot him. What did he do? He didn't. He didn't take the gun. He let the gun be. Why? Because he knows it wouldn't have done a damn thing. He knows. So that's why he couldn't pick up the gun and shoot Dan himself, because he knows it will not ease his pain. He actually needs to deal with his psychological trauma, y'all. And that actually means dealing with the prejudice that this man has against policemen. He can't blame the entire policeman for his father being shot. That's not okay. And I like the fact that Graham literally told him to Phil. He was like, this is not a way to do. Oh, yuck. I'm sorry. First is so fine. Oh my god. This man is a dream. I'm sorry. Like, I have to say it. What did I do to deserve this blessing? Oh my god, Graham.
ดีกันละ
อะไรของพวกมึงวะ เดี๋ยวทะเลาะกันเดี๋ยวดีกัน
Literally everyone knows that they are a married couple. I cried. Oh my god. What did I do to deserve this blessing today? Who allowed first to be this fine? That's not
กูมีเรื่องสำคัญจะ
even
บอก
okay anymore.
เนียนว่ะ
Oh my
ชื่ออะไรวะ
god.
ไว้แบ็คติดกันเนี่ยเหรอ ฮะ
Please leave the screen. I can't even concentrate on what they're saying. Graham. Stop
เลิกสงสัย
it.
ได้แล้ว ผมมันต่างใจแบ็คจริงด้วยว่ะ
ตาก็ไม่เหมือนกัน ใจแบ็คตรงไหนอีกวะ
Ah!
ไม่ต้องจับ
Why did you see something more indecent, sir? Sir,
ของเงี้ย
let me leave for a second. Let me give you your private time.
สองคนทำอะไรกันน่ะ
Oh, I love these friends. I love these friends.
แล้วมึงชอบแบบไหนมากกว่ากันนะที่กูเป็นไว้หรือว่ากูเป็นแบ็ค
That's his biggest
กูไม่รู้ว่า
fear.
มึงจะเป็นแบบไหนก็ช่าง กูรู้แต่ว่ากูไม่อยากให้คนที่อยู่หน้ากูตรงเนี้ยหายไปไหนอีก
I now understand what he meant. Like, I thought when he said, who do you prefer, me as white or me as black? I thought him as white, he meant the completely nice guy, as in no more arrogant, no more being selfish or very confident, outgoing, but him being very shy, awkward, much more of an introvert, him wanting to protect the people he loves, and him having a very clear mindset. He wants to stand up for the people that are at the lower end of the food chain, but he doesn't want innocent lives to be at stake, as in he's not short-sighted, etc. But when White was pretending to be black, he tried in a certain sense to mirror the personalities of black. And that's what he acted out. So, him being short-sighted, him saying things that actually hurt other people's feelings, him being unpredictable, him being arrogant. That's not who White truly is. That was more black. So I thought when White asked, who do you prefer, me as white or me as black, that he was talking about his personalities. But considering on the answer that Sean just gave, he means this man's look, as in the outside. We could confirm that this man only cares about the inside. He fell in love with White Soul, and that's what he went by. So he doesn't really care about how White dresses. He just cares about the person. I love that message. He's like, I could care less if you wear leather jackets or if you have glasses. I just want you to be here. Oh, stop it. Y'all, I think I'm gonna need to take the tissues out because next episode is gonna be so stressful. Who could be capable to betray them? If they actually go ahead and do me dirty like this, like, please don't. Who would betray them? Who would actually betray these beautiful guys? Who would betray them? Like, don't you lie to me. Please don't tell me Dan is gonna betray them. I'm scared. No, this man is trying so hard to redeem himself. Please don't tell me that Dan will be the traitor. Please, no. No. Oh God, I can't. But yeah, that was it for this episode. A lot of nice moments, and my Dan and your card. Like, they are so cute, I can't. Oh, God. Like, first needs to leave me alone at this point. Like, this man is literally a dream in reality. Like, the crush is real. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video with me. Tell me in the comments below what you think was best, and I will see you in another video.